Chapter 7. Temperature and its measurement. We often use the terms hot and cold to describe temperature. We commonly use our sense of touch to gauge the temperature of things around us. However, it is not reliable if one wants to know the accurate temperature of things. Temperature. Temperature is a measure of how hot or cold a substance is. We use a thermometer to measure the temperature of an object or substance. A thermometer is used to accurately measure temperature. The unit of temperature is degree, representation as degree. There are two temperature scales that are generally used to measure temperature: the Fahrenheit scale and the Celsius scale. Fahrenheit scale. This scale was developed by Gabriel Fahrenheit, a German physicist. Using this scale, temperature is measured in F, read as degree Fahrenheit. In the Fahrenheit scale, the lower fixed point is marked as 32 degrees Fahrenheit and the upper fixed point as 212 degrees Fahrenheit, and the intervening space is divided into 180 equal parts. Celsius scale. This scale was developed by Anders Celsius, a Swedish astronomer. Using this scale, temperature is measured in C, read as degrees Celsius or 0 degrees centigrade. In the Celsius scale, the lower fixed point is marked as 0 Celsius and the upper fixed point is marked as 100 degrees Celsius, and the intervening space is divided into 100 equal parts. Most countries use Celsius as the temperature scale. Using a simple conversion formula, we can convert the Celsius scale into the Fahrenheit scale and vice versa. Conversion formula to convert value from Celsius into Fahrenheit. Measuring temperature. If we touch a pan kept on a burning gas stove, it feels very hot. Then, we say that its temperature is very high. A hotter object is said to be at a higher temperature as compared to the colder object. We can compare the hotness or the coldness by measuring temperature. The instrument used to measure the temperature of a body is known as a thermometer. The unit for temperature that we commonly use is the degree Celsius, C, or degree centigrade. There are many types of thermometers available today. Let us learn about some of them. Laboratory thermometer. In the laboratory, we use the laboratory thermometer to take temperature readings. This is a liquid glass thermometer. This uses the expansion of liquid to measure temperatures accurately. Look at the given diagram. If the liquid gets warmer, it expands along the tube. There is no air, vacuum above the liquid, so it can move easily along the tube. Do you know what the liquid inside the thermometer is? It is mercury, a shining liquid metal. Mercury is used as the liquid inside the thermometer to give readings because of its following properties. It expands evenly as the temperature rises. It is a good conductor of heat. It is silvery white and can be seen from outside the glass. It does not stick to the glass. Mercury is poisonous and care must be taken if the glass of thermometer breaks. The scale on the laboratory thermometer is called the Celsius scale. The temperature is indicated by the length of the liquid column in the thermometer. The temperature reading shown on the thermometer in the above diagram is 20 degrees Celsius. This thermometer is able to measure a range of temperature from -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Such a thermometer can be safely used for measuring temperatures between 0 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius. The maximum and minimum temperatures in weather reports are measured by the maximum minimum thermometer. The reading of thermometer will also fall down if we take reading after removing it from water. This is because there is no bend in thread to hold the mercury level in place like clinical thermometer. Precautions while using a laboratory thermometer. It should be kept upright, not tilted. Bulb should be surrounded from all sides by the substance whose temperature is to be measured. Bulb should not touch the sides of container. Read the temperature while bulb is still in touch with the substance. Read the thermometer by keeping the level of mercury along the line of sight. Clinical thermometer. A clinical thermometer is used by a doctor or nurse to measure the temperature of our body. It consists of a long, narrow, uniform glass tube. It has a bulb at one end. This bulb contains mercury. Outside the bulb, a small shining thread of mercury can be seen. The other end of thermometer is sealed after removing air. This thermometer reads a range of temperatures from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Carefully observe the picture of the clinical thermometer. Did you notice that it has a bent part called constriction? The constriction, kink, prevents the flow of mercury back into the bulb of the thermometer. Why is this necessary? When the thermometer is placed under the tongue, the mercury expands, forcing its way past the constriction. When the thermometer is removed, after 1 minute, from the mouth, the mercury in the bulb cools and contracts, breaking the mercury thread at the constriction. The mercury beyond the constriction stays in the tube and shows the body temperature. After use, the mercury is returned to the bulb by a flick of the wrist. Thus, constriction, kink, prevents the mercury level in the thermometer from falling on its own. The temperature of human body does not go below 35 degrees Celsius or above 42 degrees Celsius. That is the reason this thermometer has the range 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Digital thermometers are mercury-free. These thermometers contain a thermistor inside the tip, which is used to measure the temperature. They provide quick and highly accurate results over the temperature range. Reading is displayed as a number, automatically eliminating any human error. Boiling of water. You may have noticed at home that when water is heated in a pan, it starts bubbling after a while and steam, hot water vapor, comes out of it. This process is known as boiling of water. The process by which liquid converts to vapor, gas, is known as boiling. Water absorbs heat and boils when its temperature reaches 100 degrees C or 212 degrees Fahrenheit, known as its boiling point. During the boiling process, the temperature of water remains constant at 100 degrees Celsius. But does water always boil exactly at 100 degrees Celsius? Let us understand this by performing the following experiment. Melting of ice. If you take out ice from the freezer and keep it in a ball on the table, you will notice that the ice will gradually turn into liquid water. This process is known as melting of ice. The process by which solid converts to liquid is known as melting. Ice absorbs heat and melts when its temperature reaches 0 C or 32 degrees Fahrenheit, known as its melting point. This temperature is also known as freezing point of water. During this process, the temperature of water remains constant at 0 C. AIR temperature. You might have seen thermometers, such as the one shown alongside hung on walls of your school laboratory, doctor's clinic, and hospitals. These give an approximate idea of the room temperature. Have you seen weather reports in newspapers, TV news, or internet? These reports also mention the maximum and minimum air temperature of the day. Does the maximum and minimum temperature stay at the same level during these days? Because weather depends on several factors, these temperatures usually vary every day. Generally, as we approach the summer season, the temperature rises and during the winter season, it falls.